The key component of options are determined by four main components, namely the strike price, expiration date, premium, and the underlying asset. So two of the components, strike price and expiration date, affects the premium as well. And one thing that is missing from this is the implied volatility, which is also a key component of the options. But for now, let's just talk about these four components. If you look at the option chain, you can see these components in there. So let's first talk about the expiration date. If you look at the top left corner of the option chain where you see multiple tabs, so the different tabs are the expiration date. The one that is currently selected, May 17th 2024, that is the expiration date of the option chain. And IBKR also shows the number of days to expiration. In this case, the option has 47 days before it expires. If you look at the blue column in the middle, that will be the strike price. You have to be familiar with how a conventional option table is being displayed. The strike price is always increments from the top to the bottom. So if you see the first column, the first row is 515, and you just increment, keep going down, right, until you see 560. In actual fact, that this is only a truncated view of the option chain. You can still scroll further up and further down. Okay, next is the premium. So where can you find the premium in the option chain? The premium is the bid and the ask price. So if you were buying, then you have to pay the higher ask price, and if you're selling option, you will be selling at the bid price. So the price of an option is dependent on the strike price. Remember, I was saying about the relatively cheap part about the strategy earlier on. So the cheap part is only applicable if we're talking about option that is out of the money. You might not truly appreciate what that means for now, but just looking at the option chain, you can see that before that, very important thing that I missed out. So on the left side of the option chain is for are the call options, and the right side the put options. Okay, so the conventional way to display is left side call, right side put, strike price increment from top to bottom. Okay, so let's look at the call option. If you notice the bid-ask spread, the bid-ask column, which is the first column, you can see that the call option gets more expensive as the strike price goes down, right? So the relatively cheap premium are the one that I'm talking about are at the lower half of the option chain, the cheaper options. So as you can see, not all options are cheap. The ones at the top are really expensive. You appreciate that in the future lessons. But for now, let me show you how to see the value of a call option. We take the interesting 0.5 delta call. If you look at the 527, is somewhere in the middle, the 527 strike price. That is what we call at the money call option with a delta value of 0.5. Say you want to buy this call option, right? If you want to pay the highest price, which is the asking price, $8.97, $8.97, that will be the price of the call option. But it doesn't cost you $8.97. It actually costs you $897 for one contract, one options contract. Because the multiplier for SPY is 100, that means one option contract can you are able to convert or exercise or be assigned 100 shares. So you have to multiply that by 100. So in order to buy this option, you have to pay 897 US dollar. It doesn't look very cheap, right? But if you were to look down, let's find the cheapest one on display right now, which is 560. So 560, you're able to buy one contract at 49 US dollar. So you can see this is relatively cheap compared to the $897. As for the puts, it is actually kind of reverse. So now the option gets more expensive as the strike price goes higher, and it gets cheaper as the strike price goes lower. So the reason is because it's totally the other way around. Okay, let me see what is an intuitive way to understand this. Remember, the strike price is is the agreed upon price that you can buy or sell and the underlying asset, right? So for the call option, let's say the lower the strike price, that means you can buy at a lower price than the market price. So if the market would close at a higher price, a lower strike price will be worth a lot more money, right? Yeah, so that is the intuitive understanding of this. As for the puts, because you want to sell the underlying at the strike price, if the strike price is very low, you'll be selling at a lower price, which explains why it's cheaper. But if you can sell the underlying at a higher price, especially when the market is fell to a lower price, that option will be worth a lot more money. And you might think, okay, so how much is the underlying right now if I'm looking at this option chain, right? How much is the underlying? I cannot know for sure because I will have to check when I took this screenshot, but you can roughly see by looking at the delta of the option. So 0.5 delta would be roughly where the market is trading. If you look at the call option, 0.5 is about 527, but if you look at the put, the delta is actually at 526 if it's 0.5. So we can be reasonably sure that the price of the underlying at the time when I took the screenshot is about 526 to 527. The reason why the delta is not the same between the call and the put is because of interest rate. Don't want to confuse you, complicate that for now, but just take it that 0.5 is somewhere where the current underlying price is trading at.